Yes, hello and welcome back to Fiend Fun Time. Here we are, back again in our human city. This is still Iron City. I think it's called Iron City. I don't ever remember. Let's see what it's called. Title, boost, level, right here, yes, Iron City. Yes, welcome back, welcome back. Today we're just going to be playing some Songs of Six. I really don't have much to talk about. My fucking my mouth has just been in extreme pain recently from my wisdom teeth, so it's not ideal. And this happened, yesterday or the day before it started getting kick in, and I've grown them in. I choose not to take them out for personal reasons. I think that unless they need to, I don't really want to get the surgery to remove them from my face. So I just let them grow in. I have a big old mouth. And I suffer through the pain of growing them in. And so far I've done that with two. This is my third. And yes, that's a little too much parasocial information, but yeah. It's gonna be a little reason why I'm not talking as much, but we're gonna be playing Songs of Six nonetheless, because I have been playing it, and I'd like to, like I said, record whatever I play, as much as I can, at least when it comes to these things, because I know that's what my channel is founded on. And I'm kind of a fool to not just utilize that awesome thing that I have, and go and fucking record. So we've got some really nice situations going on here. And it's going to be tough to start where things have changed. Obviously, everything has changed. We have quite a bit more people. For some reason, loyalty is particularly low. We might be able to achieve some level of localized loyalty grouping or boosting, through our education or through this, but I don't know. This is safety, and this is secret police. Lawfulness is not a reason why people aren't happy anyways. We'll see when I have a bathhouse coming up, so maybe it's just the fact that we don't have enough services. Oh, benches are an actual service now. Oh my. It's not very good. I didn't know that. So yes, we've got a lot going on. And we're gonna try to go over that today. Let's just plop these big old benches in here, because this is the start. This is the center of our city here. We'll start here. We've got our food stall. This is a massive, gimungai food stall, and we have. I should actually start with our regions. Everything that the red touches belongs to us here. So we are Sarloza, Jasenk, Blast, Bavatin, or whatever. I just kept their original names. Kennis, Gunstig, and Waterverf, and I have an army of 96 guys. These guys are fucking badasses. They have only suffered 8 casualties, and yet they've killed thousands. How is that possible? Because they're strategic. Their plans are always good, and they usually smash people like from both sides, and they just crush them because they have really good armor and training and everything, and nobody really stands up for them. So yes, these are my boys. I should actually name them the boys East, because these guys are technically, oops, I did not mean to do that, the boys of the East. Yeah, I guess we can't finish that. There's not enough space. Yeah, so all these provinces or whatever regions are giving me different materials like leather, meat, tons of ore, fish. It appears like some of my stuff here. Oh, I see what I was trying to do. I was trying to actually level this up, but I don't have enough government points. What actually happened? Must have been, I play this game very quickly, so sometimes I lose track. He's a Grand Payton, Angwari. I think what had happened was that, yeah, the last time I played, I didn't save before I had done that stuff, which is fine. So some of the stuff that I had done may be undone, so if I say I did it and then I don't have it, it's because of that. But doesn't seem like there's much. For the most part, this is the last thing I was working on getting going. Is this bathhouse, and actually we need some people, so let's let in 50. Authorize 50 immigrants, so that way we can kind of fill those houses out and get these jobs fulfilled, and we also need to go and do some upgrading. It should be under here to some houses, and we're going to be flip-flopping all over the place, but I'll try to keep it succinct as much as I can. These houses in here, nice like that. We've got this. Yeah, so this is what I had done last time, and then now this is an upgraded facility. You can get literally fucking that much, and we're gonna get like just as much here, and then probably put this little guy in here, and then I'll put a road. And since it's the east, we'll put a garrison. I think a garrison would be a good idea. And we're never gonna get through all that, so we'll actually put some walls up too. So that way that's an actually defendable region that won't get destroyed. So, like I was going on about, we have the food stall and we have our market. And this is what I tried to base all of my region off of. We still have, yeah, that's not, oh my god. And these weren't here originally. This was all different. Everything was different, but this central road has been the same through the entire game. So things like this service here will get phased out. I'm going to phase them out and create bigger, more versatile vendors here so that they actually can accommodate the thousands of people who live in the area. So you can see this is their housing, and then they have their workshops on the other side here. And what I have to do is essentially utilize the foundations that are available, which is kind of throughout this region over here, and kind of around here, but nothing through here. So a lot of these buildings that are in here are either houses or logistics or services. So the regions with no foundations are going to be services that can be put on a no foundation zone. I do believe that's how it works. I don't think that these houses take any kind of like upkeep. I've never known them to degrade. I don't think they do. So they are essentially all placed on those places, those spots, placed with no foundation. After I had gotten the health thing going, it's been a kind of a long journey to get population growth without artificially growing it through immigration. I could expand these nurseries, but I haven't. And so far, I've just been kind of working off the original hospital and physician, but I had built another one. I should be over here. Hospital and physician, which kind of accompanies this main housing area. These people live in a much nicer and better area, so I should probably actually focus on upgrading these houses first. And they are technically all laboratory workers or librarians. We have 1, 2, 3 massive libraries with 95 workers each, and they are max level, or the second upgrade. And then the laboratory, which technically we can upgrade now. We're going to do that. We've just upgraded this laboratory because I got the tech for machinery and I started building that quite some time ago. We've got our noble district, our beautiful lavatory with another food stall, and like I said, this food stall is in close proximity to this one, so it will likely go as well. All of the buildings that are in close proximity to each other like this need to go. I don't think you need to spread them out so much. I think you could do one here and probably like another one over here, and that would fulfill all the services for everybody in this region pretty well. And my housing is going to go something like this. There's going to be houses going out here, kind of supporting this region. So the houses go like blocks, and they block out wherever there's going to be work. There's work over here, work in the center. This is all the most important stuff that I kept centralized. And as you can see, we haven't upgraded our military at all. Actually, I lied. We have done it a little tiny bit over here, this training ground. But still, not a lot. We still have a small, relatively small army for our population size. And it's because of our population deficit, which is just because every time I get new people, I'm building a new building. At this point now, though, where I think I can sit pretty and kind of grow, you can see we've got this is our iron zone. This is where I started to expand and create a good area for things. And we probably should put a hospital here, as I can see quite a few dead people piled up from whatever just happened. Do we have some foundation in front? No, we do not. I might put a hospital around the back here, but like I said, space is limited, and resources become very scarce when you start to build off of foundation areas. So that's kind of changed the flow and the state of my city quite a bit as I've been going along, I've had to change the organization for the Iron Zone the most, and this is the Iron Zone's permanent location, as we have got a unloading station, which has enough space for coal and ore. Obviously, the ore is much higher because we've got imports coming in, so we probably actually could, yeah, we could get rid of the iron mine here. Let's get rid of this. This is going to bring back a lot of people into our population. We're going to take these two bad boys out here, and we'll remove this. One day, maybe we'll reuse all of that space for more ore if we need it, but right now, with the amount that's coming in, I doubt we're going to need this little mine here. And those, whatever, 50 people who just came back are going to be very useful for other jobs, other tasks. So we've got 40 storage here. Let's fill this up to about 80, and we'll do the same for this one. 69, that's perfect. It's actually a beautiful number. And so we've got our bathhouse up and running. And what I want to do is actually take some of those workers that were over here. Let's upgrade this as well. We're just trying to keep up with what's going on in our city. If I build something bigger, I need to add more coal. I need to add more different types of transporters, because eventually the haulers became too compacted, and they didn't have enough space and enough people to kind of work with what they had. So now I have to build these big old unloading stations. And the unloading stations are pretty good, as like this warehouse here is just pulling everything from this unloading station. It's only about 10 workers and 15, so 25 total, where I had about 20 haulers. These guys managed to keep this thing pumping pretty good. And you don't see the coal coming in, but they are bringing coal relatively often. Nice, we got 50 coal miners, exactly. And we can do things with our new innovation upgrades and actually upgrade our coal intake by doing mining, which should have probably done a while ago, but usually you want to be going through your regions here. But most of my regions don't have access to good coal. As you can see, there's 3 arrows down, and I could go for it and it would still be middling at least, but not really worth it. Not really worth it. And I could take Hoogland. I've thought about it, and they would provide me some good stuff, but you know, they provide a good buffer gap for some of these bigger kingdoms out here to the east, or yeah, to the east. And I am deadly afraid of these guys. We've kept good terms with our boys Weirdy here. Thank God, Jesus Christ. Oh man, we're just getting blasted by these fucking accidents. I think that's a good sign to put some technology into work safety here. What about that much? Because we were having accidents pretty often, and we'll put in some of that so that I actually can recover my population a little bit. Schooling, laboratory, tools. Having a lot of knowledge now is the problem. It's almost like I've been cursed with too much knowledge, and I don't know what to do with it. I've been blessed with success. Oh yeah, the rest home too. This is the rest home area. Like I said, I'm gonna miss a lot of different things, but the rest home here keeps our people happy, retired. They have a plan for retirement, which is interesting because it's like, technically you guys should be happy, right? You have retirees. I think that goes in the occupation, right? Yeah, so 8%. Okay, education. Oh, we don't have our schools up. That's something I should have been focusing on. Yeah, had this technology for quite some time. So if our babies are being born over here, why don't we just put a nice big school right in here? Make sure that there's some foundations underneath it. Always check now. It's annoying, but you have to. I don't think we're gonna get away with. Yeah, there's only 8 services per slot, so we're gonna have to actually build a bigger building. I think this will be a good spot, actually. It's nothing really useful to go over here. So we'll build this right in here. Put that like that. Perfect. And we'll have our children obtain some damn knowledge. 32. At least 50 of them. 64. We might have to do something different here. Yeah, do something like this. Put some carpets through the middle. Technically, I think we can get away with putting yeah, there, yeah, perfect. So we'll do that. Try to make them look better than anything. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not really going for anything specific. Alright, like that, perfect. And then we can put, I wanted to put a couple extra benches in if I can. Are you kidding me? Alright, yes. 50. Yeah, like that. We just need another carpet. Perfectly fits the amount we need right there. So the entrance to the school will be like this. You got your little shelves in the front, and then you've got your seats, 50 seats. So technically we'll need another one or two to fit all of our fucking millions of babies coming out. This is a noise-based area, so we can actually get away with that. Don't tell me. Oh, it was like it was meant to be, but it isn't. It's almost perfectly sized. The solution to this problem? We just extend it. We give them a little bit more space. I don't want to do that. What am I doing? There we go. Can't tell because of the wall there. Oh, we can make it bigger. Alright, so that's going to give us a little bit more storage for whatever is in there. And that will be the schools. These people will come out a little bit more educated. And I think that education allows them to actually produce more resources within their related field, but I have to check. Let's go check education. Education. Increase the value of them in their respective fields, yeah. Including knowledge-based. That's good. That's good. I'm pretty sure you can set an education rate. But I don't know how to do that anymore because everything is fucking changed. We don't need this building either anymore. So, like I said, I spread out everything. So, what happened was I needed space for better metal smelting. I had very low metal. And I need to create plenty of armor and resources so that I can actually keep up with what's going on. These seem like they're selling more than they should have been, yeah. I don't know why you did that. It must have been because they did the, No, I don't know why he sold out a bunch of our resources here. But essentially we have a bunch of people making plate armor and warhammers. That's all we're making, and tools. And these 3 different smithies plus this machinery, our mechanic here, are technically keeping our city's backbone, where the rest of the stuff is kind of in between. They're not as useful, but those guys, I would say, are the most valuable. This area right here is my most valuable area. So there's a reason why we have it over here. And actually, I think you need paper to upkeep the schools, so we're gonna get rid of that. And we need to put some more people in the paper maker. We can also expand the paper maker. But the issue that I see with that is that the noise is going to interfere with their service zone. One thing you want to avoid is having noises over a service zone because they spend their time in that zone. So if they're sitting in a noisy zone, that will increase their unhappiness, from my understanding. I might be wrong, but I believe that's the case. So essentially, we have our furniture zone. This is our furniture factory area here, which is keeping our people happy. Oh god. Mechanics, maintenance, furniture. Jesus Christ, brother Jake, please. And it's 75 knowledge just to get a .1 percentage on that fucking rate, brother. 152 per year maintenance fee. Where? I want to see what building is using all that fucking furniture to keep maintained. Jesus. And no wonder why I don't want to play this game half the fucking time. You have to keep that much damn furniture just to keep your fucking shit going. And the furniture that you're giving your people accounts to that too, so I technically should just take that away from them, because I need that. I need that shit right now. But yes, this is the one area that I have not been able to actually address, but this has been keeping us afloat for quite some time with our furniture needs. We have our big ass gem warehouse here with 58,000 storage for gems. When they get filled, they get filled. I'm not using them for anything, they just sit there. The humans actually like gems, so it should be in their environment. They should have some need for gems. Yeah, there it is. So that makes their environment much better. And with the services now, they have bathhouse access. That's going to boost that, and it should also boost a little bit of their health. Yeah, not much, of course not. Nothing does. And so we keep going. We have our main refinery zone here. We have our potteries. Well, technically one pottery. I'm probably going to build another one over here. And we have our masons. These two masons are across from each other because the unloading station for the stone is right here. So the stone is filling up in these warehouses. They grab it. They bring it straight across to their warehouse where they're just offloading cut stone. The same process goes with fabric and cotton, and all the other processes are going like that too. And the tailor has the same kind of setup where he's just going across the street, grabbing some fabric, building some clothes, and then putting them in his storage here. And we have a lot of stuff. You can see, obviously, we are not in need for these things. These types of diseases at our doorstep. Of course it's at our doorstep. With a .99 health, of course you deserve a fucking plague. And fucking war and pestilence and all of the fucking deadly horsemen at once come into your city and they just fucking butt fuck you. But yeah, that's essentially what has gone on in my city, is back and forth with the RNG of the game and the kind of bullshit levels of numbers that things need to be. So like, find speech. Just to get the upgrade for a fucking speaker stand is 40 knowledge. And mind you, I have very high knowledge, so I'm hoping that university, I'm going to unlock it here, will help boost allocated knowledge and everything else. So this should boost knowledge and innovation if I get those two. That is a hefty toll, though. That is a hefty toll. And mind you, you have to have the population surplus to even fucking keep these people in their schools, in the fucking procreation and growing and all this stuff. I don't know how you could do it with any other race besides humans or Dundarians. Maybe Emevians. Emevians will struggle with a lot of the refinery type stuff and the knowledge based things, but what you lack in one thing, you just make up for in numbers. That's essentially what 6 is boiled down to now. It's just a numbers game. Okay, well, I need 500 knowledge total for this specific thing. Look how much I've got. I've got 1,000 allocated already. And I still haven't even unlocked a quarter of the things that you need to actually play the game. And unless I'm missing some, like, key crucial items or key crucial spots, I struggle. And I feel like a lot of other people are going to be doing the same damn thing, and it's kind of unfair. In fact, why don't we just do this and boost their tax rate? Fuck you guys. Give me some money. You don't deserve to be happy. Give me money. I'm gonna fucking gouge prices on my people because I'm fucking unhappy in this game. Even though we're doing very well, it always feels like we're fucking struggling. Yeah, you're always kind of like one step behind. It's that same kind of feeling like within RimWorld, where you know that fucking Randy Random or whatever, any of the fucking character creators are gonna just fuck you, and you know that if you do the base one, you're just gonna get the fucking squirrel attacking you first. You have to kill a squirrel, and then the first one is gonna be like a guy with a fucking club, and you kill that guy. And it's that rinse and repeat thing that just kind of takes away from the game. Where it used to be really like, if you couldn't do something, you could get away with it by doing it semi-multiracial with like a Mevian's base and human as knowledge, or you know, maybe you don't want to have humans as knowledge, so you'll just keep them for the knowledge, but you'll get Dondarians for your services or your refining and stuff like that. Anything, you know. These types of things were much more common. Now I feel like if I tried that, I would struggle really hard and not really enjoy my time. Which is like the worst. How much are you guys going to be utilizing? They're going to need a lot of paper. We've got a lot of fucking wood, so we may as well make a paper maker. An actual paper maker. Somewhere over here. You know what? This is a terrible design here. Do I have a fucking janitor anywhere nearby? No, but what I could do is put this janitor somewhat in here. Luckily, the humans don't actually have a care in the world for shape. So, we can get away with some pretty weird shapes. Do something like that. And what we need to do is build a real paper maker. And you can see the problem with that area here is that it's got that hole in the foundation. So what we'll have to do is just bring that up here. And we'll put this right here. Put a storage building here. Oh, I messed up the placement. So typically what I'll do is I'll put a storage building like that. And then I will steal shape from another building that I want to be the same size. And this is frowned upon by Jake. Copy and paste buildings, but I'm not going to sit there and craft out an intricately unique building just for fucking paper needs. We have a lot of animals and livestock that need to be exported here. Oh, that's not where it is anyways. We keep getting accidents even though I just boosted the accident rate. Kind of frustrating. Put this here so we can export all of our excess motherfucking animals. And then this bad boy here will be paper. And what we'll have to do for this region is copy this shape building here. And that's going to be for paper. And we will have a unloading station kind of right here. We want to put that there so that they can unload their wood. That we're going to build a loading station. Put a little door in here so that they can actually access it from there. Okay, now we can remove that. We'll take this out, so this will be... I did it backwards. Technically, we'd want that to be the bigger storage. We want to fix that before it's too late. You want the bigger storage on the other side because the big storage is where it's going to be the most necessary. Put this here. And then we can steal, I think the mason is the same type of building. Yep. Oops, that's a ration maker. We would like a paper maker, please. And we put this guy right here. Like so. And that is all fixed. And they'll just have to reorganize it, but that is not too much of an issue. Alright. Bada bing, bada boom. Nope. Let's give them another door, actually, for the wood entrance. Let's get our loading station ready to go in the wood zone. It's unique that you don't get like a wider loading station. I wonder how efficient they are. I often double them up because I feel like they're not very efficient. Let them go from there. Alright, and let's get this to be wood. That. And this will hopefully alleviate a lot of problems, because this setup has done me pretty well so far. It's not the most effective, but it will do much better than what I had, which was essentially a central storage with all kinds of different things in it that these guys were trying to bring things to, and it was becoming a kerfuffle. It was becoming a mess. I honestly want to put... This is a army supply depot. I kind of want to load this unloading station in here. Yeah, actually. We'll do that. And then these guys will we'll wait for them to finish that so that we can change it. So you got 50 workers there. Garthimi hives are suffering. I don't give a damn about Garthimis or their hives. Another thing that I want to bring up too, which kind of was frustrating, is if you actually eradicate or massacre another population of people in your houses or in your regions, you will get a huge loyalty debuff. I don't know if this lasts, but I'm assuming it does. So in order to even get rid of or remove some of these populations, you would literally be capping yourself in the knee extremely hard, and I think you would just incite an immediate rebellion. Kind of wild, considering that you can't do a genocide run, which is kind of like the bug strat from the get-go, which I don't know. Maybe that's just the way Jake wants to do it nowadays, but it feels kind of strange. We're gonna pop open a nice beverage here too. This lovely Fiend fun times. We got a nice new refrigerator that I stole from a job site. Not stole, but actually just asked for it. But stealing is fun. And now I can look and get nice, fresh, cold beverages beside my gaming station. This is the future right here. But yes. Working towards each goal, one at a time, is the key to a successful Songs of Six City here. Nice. Let's take this and make this all wood, and then have these gentlemen pull from there. We'll take from that, like this. And hopefully this building should fill up with wood pretty soon. I know that you have low emissary points. Don't need to keep reminding me of the low emissary points every 5 minutes. Where is my smithy, or my bakery here? Let's put 20 people in here to work. Get our breads back up. As you can see, we are making our rations out of meat, because meat is something that spoils much faster than bread. I figured it'd be smart to make it out of meat, because we had a lot just chilling around, so we've got that going. And honestly, we are doing really good on rations. We had a lot more when I was doing it out of bread, but I changed that around. I was like, my cat just exploded something in the other room. That's not good. Alright, so there's that. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today's video. As like I said, I've got some extreme mouth pain today, and it's not going away. But I wanted to update you guys on the city, show you guys what's going on and how well it's doing. Obviously, there's some hiccups here and there, but besides that, I'm having a blast. I think that there just needs to be some changes to the way that these numbers work. I think that when somebody adds a new number or changes some things, I've been talking in my Discord that Jake's asking for help from the community on these things, and the worst thing is that he's adding a lot of new systems, like needing leather for knowledge. I don't mind it. I understand where it comes from, but leather and other things like pottery have been notoriously hard to come by throughout the game's history. And so when you add a new system like leather being needed for like knowledge, you essentially need to add something that adds leather in a better way. So like a trapper, or what he wants to do is a meat slash leather or processing plant where you bring in vegetables and you feed what would be essentially livestock for growth of just taking their hides. I get it, it's cool, and I think that would be an awesome solution to the problem. I would love to see more buildings like that. But I think that it's one of the worst flaws in the game's development is where he adds an issue that has no solution to it, and hopes that the players figure it out. And I've talked to him about it. He doesn't play video games. He just builds his own game. And that's good. That's fine. You can keep yourself completely creative, free to what you want to do in your game. But when you don't know what other games have to offer, or you don't recognize that sometimes these features might have a very adverse effect, I don't know. Because like I said, I've allocated over 1,000 knowledge points and 1,200 in the same in innovation. If I was at this point in my last city, I think I would have a lot different levels of technology. I would have focused on these paths. I think that if I look at my population's work, we have 1,200 people working in service industries or government-based industries. We have 305 in service, 1,000 in work. So if I look at all these, you have 100, 100, 100, 100. And these are rounded up, but still. You have 150, 255, 285. And this is something that all he needs to do is just look at a city and go, okay, well, I have more than half, basically, or roughly half of my population in service or in government jobs, because that's what you need to actually support a city this size. It's more than half of your, or rather half of your population. Bakers, stone mines, coal pits, all these other things, you can get away with less. You can even get away with having minimal and kind of building up slowly over time. I think that's a smart idea too. But you can never get to this point without having pumped. And if you're in a Mevian city and you wanted to get this population, I think you'd have to have 1,500 or 1,700 different government workers just for all these different crafts. Or you'd have to either focus straight on just growing orcs, building libraries and focusing on that, and ignore everything else. It's kind of become this strange issue. It's like an avalanche of problems. And there are people who put it more succinct than I have in the reviews in this game. But I think that it kind of needs to take 2 steps back. And whenever he adds a new system like this, he should add another system to complement the system. So, for example, when multiracial cities are now harder and they're impossible to play, like he knows this is a thing, he should go and say, well, if they're impossible to play, let me give a boost to all stats across the board. And he kinda did. Kinda made the people easier a little. But then you got like humans and they have such huge needs, like statues and pillars and torches and upgraded torches and trees. And all of this stuff needs to be fulfilled alongside everything else. Plus the services, plus the access, plus the religion, plus the occupation, plus the government. It is a lot. It is a lot. And if you're not somebody like me who can just sit here and kind of break these things down over time, you'll be overwhelmed immediately. And you'll say, well, I don't know how the fuck to even start a small city, much less a big city. You'll just be confused the entire way. And the prospect of it is much more intimidating than it ever has been in the past. And if that's his intent, that's good. That's amazing. But I think his goal is ultimately to make sales. And I think that it was a great game when it was a little easier, a little bit more newbie friendly with a skill curve. It has a huge skill curve. Newbie friendly with a skill curve. You should be able to build a small town and get through. And if you want to, you can go in those settings and change it and make it harder for yourself. But there should be a level of that. And I think it's very unrewarding to kind of change the early settings with those little sliders that he has, because it makes you feel like you're playing the Doom settings where it's like bitch, baby face, bitch face, and like you're like, I'm not a bitch, I'm a normal player, I can play normal RTS games. Or this is not normal city builder RTS game. This is Songs of Six, and it's completely unique and very difficult. But that's my spiel. It's my 2 cents. Like I said, I've been talking about it in my Discord, and if you ever want to know more, I'm always willing to give my opinions on these things, of course. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.